Today's Flag Day, isn't it? Good job.
Did it go live? It says it's
Yeah.
waiting for you.
It's live. I don't know what to say. Shut it down, I guess, and restart it. It's still having trouble? Wow.
Now it's
Well, now it's up. All right, thank God. I see it now. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
The recording started.
Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 14th of June, 2023. Apparently, last time we were together, I said 2022. I'm sorry. My brain went to lunch and forgot to come back. I couldn't believe all the people that kind of criticized me on that. It's 23, wake up. Oh, okay. There's so much in my head, it's difficult to remember everything, especially after 15 operations with anesthesia. How y'all doing? Welcome. We are KTFalways.com. It says for keep the faith always in our Heavenly Father. And that's what we do. We're very faithful in that respect. And before we do anything, we like to go to God. We like to go to his throne room and pray to him and ask for strength, ask for wisdom, for knowledge, understanding in what we're about to do. Would you join me? Heavenly Father, I enter your throne room by the blood of Jesus, my Lord, my Savior, my God, to celebrate with you, to celebrate my life. I am grateful, Father, for my life. I thank you for your mercy and your grace upon me, my family, my children, my grandchildren, my sister, and my wife. I'm so happy with my wife. I am so content in my heart, and I'm very grateful, Father. I want you to know that. I'm very grateful to walk my life, to walk through this life with my partner, with my soulmate, with my wife. Father, bless our marriage. Bless our marriage that it would honor and glorify you. Father, bless this conference call tonight, that everything we say, do, and think would honor and glorify you. Thank you, Father, for what we're about to do tonight. It is in the name of your precious Son, Jesus Christ, my Lord, my Savior, that I pray to you. Amen. 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 Well, family, Doris, look at Doris. There she goes, Tink. Doris, right away. Thank you for your financial contribution. Thank you, Doris. God bless you, sweetie. Well, family, we get together on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we talk about the Iraqi dinar. And the first thing that we establish is that what we're going to say, what we're going to talk about, is just strictly in my opinion. It's just in my opinion. And by the way, seeing as how it's my opinion, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question before we get started? What do you think? What do you think about this monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar? What do you think about this investment with the Iraqi dinar? Do you think that we're about to see something soon that we've been waiting for? Or do you think that it's just not going to happen? I'm curious. What is your point of view before we get started, okay? Tell me, do you believe in what we're doing or do you doubt? Very soon, very soon. Okay, I like that. Yuppers soon. That's a good one. Just view it, girl. That's funny. A true blessing. I like that one. Sandra, thank you, Sandra Ganna, for your financial contribution. God bless you. Uh, Military vet. I think we will see it soon. It lines up with the U.S. debt. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point, military vet. Somebody called me one time and they asked me, "Do you think that we don't have our budget because they're waiting for this RI and then they'll have money to deal with our deficit?" The answer, in my opinion, is no. No, who controls the floor? You think that they're going to allow this man to rape this money? Look what they're going to do with the DOJ. They're going to start cutting their funds because they're not doing their job. The leader of this country, oh my goodness, they may cut his funds and not pay him because he's not doing his job. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, looky here. We got Doris, we got Sandra, and I just saw one other person. Let me see if I can find it. Mike, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Thank you, Mike Fuller, for your financial contribution. Well, look at all of these responses. There's so many, and they're all beautiful. I see someone even put a date. No, I didn't ask for a date. We don't give a date. We don't give a rate, okay? And everything we do tonight is strictly my opinion. But looking at what I'm seeing here, there's about, I'd say about 100 of you that responded, maybe even more, and you're all very positive. I believe I'll see it coming to fruition this month. And, well, Joe, there's logic behind that based on what we're seeing right now. Yeah, I agree with you. Uh, Rebecca says, I think we'll see it pretty good. Central Coast tutorial. Central Coast tutorial. He says, digital dinar for me in the Iraqi stock exchange. Good, you're a student. You know where to look. That's exactly right. Look for movements there. Look for anything to happen. Let's see, where else? I believe in what we're doing, yes, and I know that when the U.S. gets involved with another country, it's because the U.S. is getting something back always. Cheryl Jones. More truer words could not have been said. Well done, Cheryl. Yes, indeed, I agree with you. Dr. Burner, yeah, Burner. It's real. I'm expecting a breakthrough very soon. I like that, Doctor. I agree. Looky here, William Buka. He says, I'm a little skeptical, but I'm hopeful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Melissa Moore says, I do not feel comfortable with J.P. Morgan trying to get involved, but you should be excited that they are getting involved. Remember we talked about that on Monday? Think about it. Here, let me tell you a story that happened today. I get a phone call from a lady. She says, Mr. Frank? I said, yes, can I help you? I went to Chase. Okay. And I told them about the dinar. And I'm thinking, oh, man, you shouldn't have done that. But okay, what happened? They said it's a scam. Yeah. Yeah, of course, that's what they're supposed to say. But I did what you told me. What did I tell you? I printed out the final article thread and I showed them the article. You showed it to somebody that's working for maybe $15 an hour and is desperate to go home at 5 o'clock? You showed it to some worker that has absolutely no idea what's going on with the monetary reform? And when you showed them the article and it said exactly what the CBI is saying, what did the employees say? They said, oh, we don't know anything about that. Of course they don't. And I encourage you, family, don't right now, because of the position in which where we're in with the monetary reform. I wouldn't go to the banks. I wouldn't waste my time because you're not going to be able to talk to the echelon, the upper echelon, the management. You can't talk to what's his name, Diamond, Mr. Diamond, the CEO, the main guy of Chase Manhattan. You can't talk to him. Ask him, why are you doing this? Why are you all over the place promoting the Iraqi dinar and your employees say it's a scam? Why are you so stupid? But he's not. No, he's not. Thank you. You're still posting and saying that you believe. Here's David. Hold on, let me see what David Ufer, Ufer, David Ufer. Once the denominations are loaded in the ATMs, I don't think that they will leave them in the machines for long. David. Remember, David, I told you in my opinion last year, the ATM machines are loaded with the software of the new currency. And then recently we just told you, hey, Aki just told us that the ATMs, right around the middle of this month, oh my, today's the 14th, can't get any more in the middle, are going to be loaded with a different currency. Can't be pinpointing it. I can't be exact about it. So a different currency? What are they using right now? 3-0 notes. Yeah. And they've been bragging and telling the citizens, hold on to those 3-0 notes because we're soon going to give you, what do they call it? Their national currency. And it's going to have more value to it. Different currency? That is absolutely 100% true. Which different currency? Let's wait until it happens. Anyways, I thank you for your point of view, for your input. That's a lot of you. It might be a couple hundred of you that all responded. And look, I like Chickadee. Chickadee is also being, right from her heart. She says, I'm not going to lie. I have days that I doubt, and there's days that I'm hopeful. What is today for you? I hope very hopeful. Let's get to work. What I intend to do tonight is look at the articles. We haven't done that in a while. And then we're going to look at Eddie's report. Because on Monday, when we finished, he still kept sending reports. So I'll read you what he said on Monday night, and what he said all day yesterday, Tuesday, and what he's been saying today. It's very encouraging. Very encouraging. And then at the end, when we're all done, I'll tell you a little something between walking stick and eye. You want to? Okay. So no advertisements. Not today. As we start, I want to show you the article. Oops. This article. And you can find these articles where? KTFalways.com. That's right. You're a member of KTFalways.com, right? You're not. You should be. And the most important reason is when this blessing occurs, in our form, we intend to put all of the banks that are exchanging, their address, their phone number, their manager's name, their spread, their insurance, everything to help you out. So that's one good reason why you should belong to our forum. Is it Linda Tetricky? Yeah, Linda, I think That's a tricky name. Thank you, Linda, for your financial contribution. God bless you. Thank you kindly. Alrighty. So, anyways, the reason I bring this out to you, can you see that? Okay. It says CBI new exchange rate 1,300 to 1. Now somebody called me today and they said, Frank, when I went to the CBI website, it said 1310. Yeah, I know that. And when you look at the article tells you very clearly the budget needed a rate of 1,300 to 1. You see that right there, right? 1,300 to 1. Now I know that the CBI website is 1310. Remember, there is the street rate, there's the market rate, there's the CBI rate. So don't be too confused, but there was a change in the rate. And for them to show you in an article that what they used was 1,300 to 1, well, I believe them, and I believe my teams. The next article here is one that says, the service reality in Al Zawar's district. Well, it's the CBI that is targeting Iraqi citizens in the largest cities. Did you see this? Did you see this? You reading that? Okay. Now stop and think about it. Why would the CBI, yes, sir. Why would the CBI start building banks all over their country of Iraq? Why would Chase Manhattan, it's a scam, come into the picture now and say, we're supporting the Iraqi dinar everywhere, internationally, globally, because that's what Chase does. They deal with foreign currency. That's the number one way they make money, foreign currency. You couldn't get any more foreign currency than the Iraqi dinar. The bouncer, thank you kindly. Thank you. You're number one. Well, you're number one in my heart too. Thank you kindly for your financial contribution, the bouncer. So, oops. I lost my time. So, the article is talking about banks being built in Iraq. Excuse me. Banks being built in Iraq. What for? What for? The currency's worthless. They say that they are building banks with the help of Chase. What for? They say that they're building banks with the help of many international banks as well too. What for? And on top of that, the financial services, the banks, nice fancy word for it, the financial services to all segments of Iraq's society and at any point in our beloved Iraq, all licensed banks all banks. Really? Every bank in Iraq has to open another bank, another branch? Wow. All banks, all licensed banks must open branches in areas with large population density. Again, how do you feel about this investment? Do you think it's real or do you think it's fake? Well, then I ask you the same thing. How do you feel about this statement from the CBI telling all of its banks you have to open more branches, more banks? Really? Yes, and I want you to open them in our largest cities. Our largest cities? Yes. First of all, I don't think it's going to be to advertise the 3-0 notes. No. I don't think it's going to be to advertise the 3-0 notes. They've already been talking about them a lot. Hold on to them. They're going to have more value. Citizens of Iraq, we are giving you your national currency. Citizens of Iraq, The exchange rate will change to against the American dollar. Citizens of Iraq don't use any currency at all. Well, come on, that's currency inflation. What are we supposed to use? So, the CBI tells all of its banks you have to open branches in the largest cities that we have. What a better way to advertise the new national currency and the new exchange rate in these big cities. No sense in going to the little city. You're not going to get that much information to spread. Go to the big cities. It'll spread very quickly. And we will let everybody know with their app on the phones that we gave them. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Interesting article. Build banks. As many as possible in all the largest cities of Iraq. I guess they have some kind of a big announcement or a big project or some big service that they're about to offer the citizens of Iraq. Fascinating article. Next article. Shafak News publishes the text of the tripartite budget law for the Iraqis. Remember on Monday we talked about RV? Recalculate. My goodness gracious, family. During the RV phase, like we taught you, they came up with hundreds and hundreds of exchange rate calculations. It might be into the thousands. Yeah. And those rate changes, or those rates that they came up with, they tested them. Do you remember? Walking Sticks Firm? They had to do 2 books, didn't they? One set of book was to show we can pay the Iraqi citizens with Iraqi dinars. Yeah, we're doing that. Okay. The other set of books, which we keep under the table, we can pay the Iraqi citizens with American dollars. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But that first one, wait a minute. So it's the first one that was important. That's the one we want to keep kind of quiet. You see, they tested during the RV phase the exchange rates that they're using. You've seen so many of them have changed, and we're now at 1,300 to 1. The RV phase brought all the proper exchange rates. Not a single one of them will fail. Not a single one of those exchange rates will fail the monetary reform. How many years? 23, 24, and 25. That's 3 years down the road. Yep. The exchange rate of today will be different from 3 years down the road because it's going to go through a float. Yep. And you already had those exchange rates calculated during the RV phase, right? Yep. And now you're telling CBI, now you're telling all your banks, open as many banks as you can in the largest cities we got, because you're about to do something with your national currency and your exchange rate, aren't you? Yep. Okay. It's logic. This is not, nuclear physics. This is not rocket science. This is logic. What you see before you is not a mirage. It's not an illusion. It's not a sleight of hands. This is the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar at its pinnacle, at its apex, at its crescendo. It's screaming from the top of the hill, we're coming. Get all these banks, and then the budget for 3 years. That's impossible unless you have calculated exchange rates for the next 3 years. Yep. Okay. Good article, by the way. Please enjoy it. Next article says that Halabusi, what's up, Speaker of the House? Halabusi to the American Chamber of Commerce delegation. Oh, really? I didn't even know we were over there. What's up? Conditions are now ripe for an economic work in Iraq. Yeah. Let me ask you something, Halabusi. Where's the Prime Minister, Sudani? Where's Alak? Where's two of your presidents of the three you've got? Where are they at? Where are you guys at? We're all over the world right now, bringing in business to our country. Halabusi tells the American Chamber of Commerce, who deals with nothing but jobs, that the conditions are now ripe. The conditions are now ripe. Listen, we're being logical tonight. A program rate is impossible for anybody to come into the country of Iraq and invest. It hasn't happened for God knows how long, and now by pure magic it's going to happen? No. There's a reason why they're coming in to invest. And the reason is simple. It is logical. They're about to make a change in their monetary reform. The change of the monetary reform is covered under the umbrella of Article 8. And Article 8 says, I don't know, let's pick somebody, Apple Computers. You can come into Iraq and bring in the American dollar. It will be protected in our banks. It's not going to be stolen? No. Iran is not going to steal the money I bring into your country. They always did. That's why we don't come into your country. No, you can now come into our country and be well assured you'll be well protected. Well, that would be protection under Article 8. That is correct. Now, Article 8, family, is what is allowing the explosion that you're seeing right now. Al Halabusi talks to the American Chamber of Commerce. American Chamber of Commerce? Jobs, and he says the conditions are now ripe for economic work in Iraq. I mean, you know what a ripe banana is. It's edible. A green banana is going to make you sick. And that's what it's been all this time. That's why nobody came into Iraq. They didn't want to get sick, losing all their money, losing their supply, losing their workers, losing the opportunity to make money. Conditions are ripe. Conditions are right for the picking. That's what they're ripe for. It's a beautiful article. I say from Sudani to Alak to Halabusi, they recruit business for the economic reform of Iraq. That's what they're doing because of the security of Article 8, because they know what is about to happen with the currency of Iraq and the exchange rate. The world is pouring in, getting involved, not to lose money. It would be so strange if everything that you're seeing was occurring under a program rate. It's not. It's impossible. Good article. Make sure you read it. What's the next one? Oh, wait a minute. What does it? Which included a large group of companies that have come in. The president of the American Iraqi Business Council is saying that we are going to load up Iraq. Yeah. The whole world is pouring in because they love to lose money at a program rate. No. It's a nice long article. Here's another article that talks on the same concept of bringing people into Iraq. Business, companies, countries, their money. Interesting. All of these are good articles There's another one, 3 in a row, that support the economic reform. And the only reason why you have the economic reform is because you have the monetary reform that is so successful right now. Yeah, I know. You want to see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. This article, number 2,978. A delegation from the American Chamber of Commerce visits the Kurdistan region. Well, there they go again. The American Chamber of Commerce is all over Iraq. I guess they're just crazy about losing money. No, they're logical. They're there to make money. And they are just pouring in. And by the way, when you read this article, what do I say in blue? What do I say in blue? America gets first pickings. America gets to pick the cherries first. And this article proves it to you. America gets first pickings. We deserve it. We earned it. Don't we, President Trump? Final article number 2,979. The implementation of the oil agreement, now that's the HCL. The implementation of the oil agreement between the center and the region will take place immediately after the budget is approved. What do I say to you up on top? Well, what I say to you is what I've been telling you. It is extremely important for the Kurds to be satisfied first. As long as the Kurds got what they wanted, then everything, I'm sure you noticed that. As soon as the Kurds got, well, shoot, they went up to 18%. That must have shocked them, but they took it. As soon as the Kurds got 18%, you think they're going to complain about anything else anymore? No. And that's why we have a budget now? Yeah. And that's why I say Kurds equal HCL. And it is the HCL that equals the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar, because the HCL cannot function at a program rate. The RI equals an increased value on the new currency in order for the HCL to function. It is only logical. I'm sorry. There's no other way about this. There's no other way to explain this. Beautiful article about Kurdistan and what they're doing. Final article number 2,980. Tomorrow, the Emir of Qatar arrives in Baghdad for an important visit. My goodness. I bet you Sasquatch showed up too, along with Yeti and Bigfoot. And all these UFOs that are landing, I bet you they're landing in Iraq too. Yeah, we want to do business with you. If there's a man on the moon, he's already in Iraq doing business. Tomorrow, the Emir of Qatar. Add another one to the pile of logs. This fire's getting hot. The Emir of Qatar. Really? That rich son of a gun? Really? What? You got enough oil. What you want with Iraq? Economic explosion. I know. So tomorrow, the Emir of Qatar arrives in Baghdad for an important, I like how they put it in quotations, for an important meeting. Yeah, I agree. In fact, look at what I say in the blue. Yes, a new exchange rate is very important, isn't it, Qatar? You don't think Qatar knows about the new exchange rate? You don't think Qatar knows about the monetary reform restructured with all the banks? You don't think the Qatar knows what their banks are doing with the banks of Iraq right now? You don't think Qatar doesn't understand which deals with JP Morgan, knows what JP is doing right now? It's logical. In fact, that's what we should have called our UV2V for tonight. It's logical. But instead I called it, the exchange rate is next. The exchange rate is next. You got a budget. And the budget cannot function at a program rate. It's impossible. It just cannot. Now, can the budget come out with the program rate? Of course it can. Why? Because it can be retro just the way the whole budget was retro back to January the 1st. So can the rate be. That's nothing to worry about. It's the last thing that we're thinking about right now. My teams and I, we are more concerned about what is soon. We're talking, we're talking soon. Because soon is logical. Thank you kindly, Cool Breeze. Aw, Cool Breeze. How you doing? Thank you very much for your financial contribution. If anybody wants to help us with the financial contribution, we are grateful. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And know that it doesn't just help my wife and I. It helps a lot of people. A lot of people, and I thank you. Man, my pocket is... I don't need it, do I? Okay. So now... What else is it that? I think there's one more article. Let's see. I think. No, that was it. That's it on the articles. So we're done with those. Close that computer up. And now, let's go see what Eddie has to say. Today's Wednesday, right? Thank you, sweetie. And today, Wednesday, isn't this the day that the president was going to sign the budget? Mm-hmm. Is the president in Iraq, or is he still somewhere? Was he in Rome or Egypt or whatever? Was the contract, was the budget signed? Has it been opened? Is it being shown to the citizens of Iraq? Yes. But that's as far as I can take you with that, as of now. So let's go see what Eddie has to say. Now, like I said, on Monday when I was done with y'all, it turns out that he was still sending. So let me go all the way back to Monday. It's logical. Here we go. Let's just pick up. I think I showed you, but let's pick up at 10:40 in the evening. On Monday, he sent a lot, which you got. KTFA Premium gets it before you get it on our calls, but I do share it with you. They get it first. They get it acutely. And you get it when I'm with you on Monday and Wednesdays. So starting on Monday, not the full day because I already gave you most of it. Let's pick up at the very end, almost 11 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute. This is 11 in the morning. Pardon me. Hold on. Let's go further. Alrighty, here we go. Around 5 o'clock Monday. Well, Mr. Frank, J.P. Morgan is working with Iraqi Trade Bank. They're meeting right now. Isn't that something? So J.P. Morgan is in Iraq, and they're meeting with every bank that is in Iraq. And then the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq says to all the banks, you have to open more branches. You guys that have legal license, no, not you. We took your license away. No, you were, no. We told you what to do. You didn't obey. Get out of here. But those of you that we renewed your licenses, in other words, security and stability was established by the CBI with all of its banks by doing what I just told you. So all of you with the license that we renewed, and you new banks, yeah, okay. You just talked to J.P. Morgan, didn't you? Trade Bank, what do you think? It was a good conversation. Yeah, we're going to be doing really good with them. All righty. So I'm impressed with the number one bank, basically, in the United States of America, talking to every bank in Iraq. At this point, it's logical that they should. J.P. Morgan wants to take the Iraqi dinar on its back. Come on, I'll give you a piggyback ride. Let's go. Where are we going? Into the international world. When we're going to start with Forex. We're going to start with all the markets out there. Wow. That's just going to drive our currency up with trust and value and confidence, stability. That's called a float. Wow. So J.P. Morgan is working with the Iraqi Trade Bank right now. That was Monday. I told him, hey, Eddie, can you say bye-bye sanction rate? You see, Eddie, Chase has told the world that the Iraqi dinar is a scam. And now they're telling the world with every visitation to every bank, to every country that they're in, that the Iraqi dinar will be a great currency. Go figure. They're telling every bank that they talk to that they will be doing business with the Iraqi dinar. Eddie says, yes, we understand that. We understand the power behind it. And it's all been on television all day. Monday, 6:47 in the evening. Mr. Frank, Eddie says that when the president signs it tomorrow, which was yesterday, when he signs it tomorrow, it will become law then. Or maybe when they publish it in the Gazette on Wednesday. We're not sure which one it is. Which one do you think it is, Mr. Frank? In a summarized version of my answer to him, don't worry about the blank budget. It's already done and signed. That's just in my opinion, but what do I know, right? Okay. Then he follows up at 7:37 in the evening. Mr. Frank, they're saying that the government, that our government, on our television, Mr. Frank, they're saying that our government will fix 6,000 lagging projects with this budget. That's amazing. 6,000 lagging projects are going to be done with our new budget, they say. But how can that be with the program rate? See, he's thinking just like you. It's logical. I say to him, a program rate cannot fix anything. Only a fixed rate can fix things. to which he then says, well, man, it must be a very special program then. Eddie's been getting a sense of humor lately. He feels good about what's going on. You should too. Why? Because it's logical. If it was illogical to have a different exchange rate, we wouldn't be spending our time together talking about this family. It is very logical. Monday, 9:07 in the evening. Mr. Frank, the television is now showing news. It's not being repeated, it's new. They're saying that the new budget that we now have will, you notice how they talk about it in the past tense? Okay. They're saying that the new budget that we now have will turn Iraq into one big workshop. They're talking about the things that will be done, including these 6,000 delayed projects. How? How? I mean, honestly, how? Without Article 8. How? At a sanctioned program rate. How? No. No. What the budget has cannot accomplish what they're telling you, Eddie, unless they have a surprise for you. Keyword. Monday, 10:28 in the evening. He's still sending because it was a hot day Monday. The speaker today from Parliament, which is a deputy, is saying that they're taking a month off. Now, before we go any further, this is Parliament. Bozos. This is one of their speakers from Parliament. Who pays attention to them? Only themselves. So with that in mind, let's start again. There's a speaker today from Parliament is saying that, who is a deputy, is saying that they're taking a month off. They're taking a month off for a break, and that they will return, and they will pass the oil and gas law along with several other key laws. A month, Mr. Frank? I don't think so. No, Eddie. Don't even pay attention to these parliament people. Everything is going according to schedule, and you can see it. Here we go with yesterday now. The first report yesterday morning at 8:17 in the morning. Here we go. How they doing, Tink?
Good.
Are they happy?
Uh-huh.
He said, Michael talked to someone? Who'd Michael talk to?
They're talking about banks. Just keep going.
Well, I want to know what bank. Look here, credit union. You talk to some U.S. Treasury holder. What bank? J.P. Morgan. I did not talk with them about the dong or the zim. Yeah, you shouldn't. Although there was an article today about the dong. Did you see that? That was impressive. Claire, if you're listening, go ahead and put that article in the final article thread and just simply say Vietnamese dong for the blue title. That's all. Those that are involved in it, I think, should know what that article was saying. It was very good, very positive. So here we go, starting with yesterday's report from Eddie. The president is supposed to sign the budget today, and we're waiting to see about what the CBI governor said the other day, about a significant decrease in the dollar exchange rate against the dinar. He said it's coming in days. How long? We don't know. But he said coming in days. Yeah. Family, sidebar. Make a little side note. A little side note in your notes, because when I talk to you about walking stick, this will be important. He said the other day about the significant decrease in the dollar exchange rate coming in days. How long? We don't know, but he said coming in days. Sidebar. Tink, will you write that on a paper and give it to me? And how long? We don't know, but he said coming in days. Did I show it to you? I did, didn't I? I think I did. So now we go to 10:34 in the morning. Patsy Fox, that's somebody new. Patsy Fox, thank you kindly for your financial contribution. All of you that are helping us, know that you're helping a lot of people. Thank you. Anyways, I give up with this stupid thing. Anyways, 10:34 in the morning. Speaker Halabusi is saying to the American chapter of Commerce, we know, got the article. He's saying to the chapter of Commerce that Iraq is ready for economic growth and reforms now. He's on the news, Mr. Frank, and he keeps talking about our economic reform. But they're also telling us that it's all based on the success, too, with our banking structure. This is all on the news, Mr. Frank. They're also showing the same American chapter of Commerce are in Kurdistan. I know. They all the Chamber of Commerce from the United States went to Kurdistan. They went everywhere, all over Iraq, and then all the perimeter of Iraq, telling them what is about to happen inside of Iraq. Continuing. Also, Mr. Frank, the federal courts today are in the news. They're saying that they are rejecting a lawsuit against the Kurds for depositing money in regional banks from oil revenues. This was filed by the Iranian-backed bloc. They're mad about the HCL deal. We know this is our opinion. Yeah, I mean, how many times did I tell you on Monday? There was no problem with Kurdistan. Last week I told you there was no problem with Kurdistan. It's the Iranian knuckleheads that are in parliament that are causing trouble. So Sudani said, yeah, you want to cause trouble? How much you get in Kurdistan? How about 18%? Would you like that? Bite me, Biden. Oh, excuse me. I said the wrong guy. Bite me, Maliki. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. It's automatic, man. So, yeah. Did I show you that part? This. So this is what we talked about. And like I told you, it was nothing to worry about. Nothing. As much as they wanted to make us think, Sudani came in like the Lone Ranger, on his beautiful horse, and he said, "Whoa, no. In fact, it's the opposite of what you want, Parliament." Way to go, Sudani. Way to go, HCL. Thank God for the HCL. Joy, Tim Parker. Oh, God bless you guys. Tim Parker says, you are the man. Yeah, there ain't no changing this guy. I was born a man all the way. So this is great. I mean, for the Iranian troublemakers to be put in their place by the great leader of Iraq. And it's positive, and it allows the Kurds to say, we still want to play along. And that HCL is about to be born. The HCL, if it was born with a program rate, it would be like a preemie being born at 5-6 months. It just won't succeed. Well, it'll have a difficult time succeeding. So he knows, even though he says, hey, this is our opinion. Yeah, we know it's your opinion. You know very well that your opinion is so true about the Iranian influence. It's under control now, isn't it? I love it. Continuing. They're saying that within 2 months, there will be new security laws will be passed to take Iraq's stock market to the next phase. That's big. And when you have the Chamber of Commerce, and when you have Chase Manhattan, and when you have the IMF all working inside of Iraq right now, they're saying that within 2 months, new security laws will be passed to take Iraq's stock market to the next phase. This little paragraph right here, excuse me, this small little paragraph, which is not in any articles, but is in our report from Eddie. What's the title of our Ubitubi? A new exchange rate is next. And that's why. It's for that. They're saying that the budget was sent to the person for signing. He has 15 days to sign it, and then it goes into the Gazette as law. Okay, Eddie. That's what they're telling you, right? Yep, that's what they're telling us. You already got the budget, Eddie. Now, Mr. Frank, the television is showing that we signed 11 major deals with Egypt in different fields. 11 major deals with Egypt. It only took Sudani 1 day to do that. And you don't even have articles on this subject either. I said, like I told you, Eddie, your prime minister and your president are good leaders. And they are out of your country raising business for your economic exposure. The whole world knows about your monetary reform. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And because they do, whoa. Sorry, Eddie just sent. Where did we leave off? Where were we? Here it is. So the television is showing that we signed 11 major deals with Egypt. And the cool thing about it, family, is that it didn't take very long for Sudani to do something like that. Michael, thank you. Donna appreciates you singing for her birthday the other day. I'm glad, Michael. I was honored to be able to sing "Happy Birthday" to your girlfriend, your bride, whatever it may be, your soulmate. Yeah, there's nothing more important in our lives, how we treat each other. Yeah, if we can treat each other Christ-like. So I was very happy to be able to make your friend happy, or your wife, or whatever she is. Oh my, Jan. Yeah, yeah. I pray I'm saying his name right, Jan. Vic Adu. Vic Adu. Thank you, sir. I bow to you out of respect. Thank you for your generosity, your kindness, for your grace. So the television show is showing that we signed 11 major deals with the Egypt in different fields. And I said, like I told you, Eddie, your prime minister, your president, they're out and they're all good leaders, and they're outside of your country raising business for your economic exposure. The whole world knows. The whole world knows about your monetary reform. They all do. Eddie says that Eddie says, he says, okay. Oh shoot. Eddie says, that we'll be happy if they just raise the rate, please. Please, just stay here and raise our rate. Don't go nowhere, man. Just stay in our country. Raise our rate. That's funny. To which I say, I know, Eddie. I understand. Look, it's coming. It's coming. Be strong. Eddie, I know you're watching. In the same way that I have told you many things throughout these years, and every one of these things have all come to fruition. They've become a reality. In the same way I tell you, Eddie, what I told you in the files of this week, what I tell you now will also come true. In my opinion. Oh man, I still can't get over. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Vic. I do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know it's coming, sending. Okay, then he says, the television just said that the oil agreement between Kurdistan and Baghdad will take place. It will take place and go live. Implementation after it's officially published in the Gazette. Eddie said, hey, that's the HCL, isn't it? So, Monday and Tuesday, they kept telling the Iraqi citizens, so, Monday and Tuesday, they kept telling the Iraqi citizens, when you have the budget, when we give it to you, when we put it in the Gazette, wink, 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 I'm sorry, I have to leave the phones on. Normally I mute them, but I have to leave them on because I'm waiting for more information to come in, and you just saw something that came in. It's okay. So, let's try this again. The television just said that the oil agreement, the HCL, between Kurdistan and Baghdad will go in. It'll go into implementation. It will happen right after it's published. Right after it's officially published in the Gazette. And Eddie said, "Hey, that's the HCL, right?" Yes, Eddie, that's exactly right. And they constantly keep telling you that as soon as you have the budget, as soon as we give you the budget and it's in your hands, all heck is going to break loose. At least that's my interpretation of how they're trying to say it. Forget the colors. That's what they're telling the citizens of Iraq. As soon as you get the budget official, all heck will break loose. Now, how is it official, family? How is it official? The president signed for it. Did he sign it? How is it official, family? How is it official? 15 days later after he receives it? When did he receive it? How is it official, family? How is it official? When it goes into the Gazette. Have you seen the Gazette lately? Eddie says that's the HCL they're talking about. It sure is. Well, it's all over the news, and they're saying that this oil deal goes live once it's published in the Gazette. That's what they're telling us, Mr. Frank. That's what they're saying. They keep repeating it over and over and over again to us. To which I say to Eddie, here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about the oil and gas deal. And yes, Eddie, it is the HCL. It is. Eddie, if the HCL is exposed in the budget, the program rate cannot allow it to function. Therefore, you may be seeing a new exchange rate very soon. It's only logical. I'm telling you, oh man, this thing just threw up on me. I'm telling you, family, that's what we should have called our UV2V tonight. It's only logical. Oh, man, hang in there. Golly, this thing threw up on me because I turned it sideways. Eddie says it's the HCL. Yes, it's all over the news. Once it's in the Gazette, it's going to go live. Here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing. At HCL, illogical for it to function on a program rate. All of these things, you can call them clues. We just call them telltale signs. We just call it obvious. We just call it obvious. Logical. So if the HCL is exposed in the budget, the program, okay, I already read that to you. Now, yesterday, 2:20 in the afternoon, Prime Minister Sudani is having a special meeting. He's having a lot of special meetings. Prime Minister Sudani is having a special meeting, and in these meetings, he said, Iraq is heading towards recovery. Iraq is heading towards recovery? Okay, all right. That's a nice choice of words, Sudani. You're running out of words, aren't you? Iraq is headed towards recovery, and also, Iraq is leading the region in the Middle East. What? What? You're goofy. How can you be leading in the Middle East? How can Iraq be leading the Middle East? You're a program. You are, aren't you? Aren't you? You are, aren't you? Well, it's only logical for you to say this based on everything else that you have said to the citizens of Iraq, to the investors around the world, to all of your neighbors in the Middle East. Yeah, darn right, Sudani. Prime Minister Sudani is told the Iraqi citizens. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm just frustrated, family. It's been a long, hard day for me today. And now I have to go back again because Eddie just sent another report. Every time he sends a report, it causes my notes, his notes, to throw up on me. All right, here we go. Only with an no, that's not it. Okay, it's very logical. Here's the interesting thing about it. Okay, la 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 la. Yesterday, 2:20. Prime Minister Sudan is having a special meeting, and he's saying that Iraq is headed towards recovery and also leading the region in the Middle East. That's not logical, but it is logical based on everything that we're seeing. Okay, continue. Yesterday, 4:22. 4:22 in the afternoon. I say to him, only with the new national currency, only with the new exchange rate. That's the only way that what he's saying to you is true and with logic. Yesterday, 8:53 in the evening, his next report. The CBI is doing campaign to support and strengthen the dinar. They're saying this on the news. Okay, let me get this right, Eddie. After Sudani comes out and tells you that Iraq is headed back to glory days or whatever, and he says, what else did he say? That Iraq is towards a recovery, and Iraq is leading the whole region of the Middle East. After he said that, all right. So the CBI is doing a campaign to support and strengthen the dinar, and they're saying this over and over today on the news to you. Yes, Mr. Frank. All right. What else you got to say, Eddie? Well, they're saying that implementations, it should be implementation. It's just spelled wrong. They're saying also that implementation of those that were caught using the dollar have been arrested, and how they're being punished. And they're telling us that because they used the dollar, this is what happened to them. And they're telling us how the dinar will be stronger. Okay. They're telling you that on television, Eddie, huh? They tell you that all the time. Yeah. Go ahead, finish. And they're telling us also how the dinar will be stronger. They're saying how we should back the dinar. Iraqi citizens, we should back our currency. We should back the dinar, and they are doing campaigns. They say they're doing campaigns, the bank, the CBI, to show and to grow the support. First, let me show it to you. So let me just ask you, Eddie, let me just ask you a question. How are they going to be number one in the region? How is the currency going to be stronger? Why should you back the dinar? Why are they saying that they have now a campaign to show you the growth and the support of your currency? Why, Eddie? I think I showed it to you, didn't I? If I didn't, let me show you real quick. I say to him, now this was yesterday, get ready, Eddie. I mean, come on, what do you want me to say? It's only logical. Everything you're seeing and everything that's being thrown at you. Get ready, Eddie. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day. That being today. Get ready, Eddie. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day. And it's possible that they are preparing to tell you about your new currency and your new exchange rate and the ATM machines. Why would I tell Eddie this? Because it is logical. Because it makes sense. Everything that they're saying and showing the Iraqi citizens is only for one reason: to increase the value of their currency. Today, 9:03 in the morning, he starts with the first report. The television is showing Sudani is signing deals with Egypt all over the place, Mr. Frank. And they're saying it's joint ventures are huge deals. They're saying this on the news. Yeah, and he did it all in one day. 11 major deals. Wait till you see what they are, Eddie. 10:36 in the morning, second report. The television keeps talking about the next 2 months. The security laws will allow all kinds of trades and Forex transactions. Man, I want to say something so bad about this. I see it. So let me just repeat it again. The television keeps talking about the next 2 months. The security law will allow all kinds of trade and Forex transactions. Not at a program rate, I'm sorry. How's that? Hold on. To which I said to him, Eddie, Forex transactions is the reason why Chase Manhattan is now involved with the Iraqi dinar. It is part of the international float. Every day you get closer and closer to the announcement of your new exchange rate for your new national currency. That is so true, Mr. Frank. Every day that they talk to us, it just seems that they're pointing in one direction. They will raise the value of our currency. Frank, Eddie says that they see on the news that they're saying that the exchange rate is set to the budget for oil exchange is at 1,300 dinars. So you see, what they tell the citizens, what they tell you, what is in the articles. That's interesting, Mr. Frank. That is a completely different exchange rate than what we had yesterday at 1320. That 1320 was before the budget was given to us. Now that the budget is finished, we're seeing 1,300 to 1. Frank, I told him to hold on. Told him, hold on, that's going to change also. Yes, it is, in my opinion, yeah. Told him to hold on, that's going to change also. I say to him, look, if that's what they are intending to do, well, that would be pointless. Because the exchange rate of 1,300 would only give you pennies for the HCL. Remember, Eddie, the exchange rate can be changed at the flip of a switch and back to January the 1st, 2023, when they determine it. He said that's all that he sees on the news. That's all he sees is 1,300. Eric Sims, thank you for your financial contribution. Did I miss anyone else, Tank? Thank you, Eric Sims. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, that's all he's seeing, family. This is a rate change. And there shall be another and another and another and another. It's called a float. And that's why J.P. Morgan is there preparing for this float. And that's why I said, tell Eddie, they should ask the CBI, why are you giving us pennies for the HCL? Why are you giving us pennies for our currency? Of course, they will not give you the answer, Eddie. They will simply show you your new exchange rate when the time is correct for it. Be strong, son. Yes, Mr. Frank, we are being strong every day. Yeah, you are. Today, 3:36 in the afternoon. Mr. Frank, the television is showing new banks in Kurdistan are opening, and Barzani there saying all banks should be under international standards. That's it. Do I have a mic that I can drop?
No.
I mean, that's it. Ring a ding ding. Ring a ding ding. Hello, this is Barzani. Who this? Hey, this is Frank26. I love Frank26. What you want? Barzani, you're saying that all the banks should be under international standards? Yep. Well, that's Article 8. Yep. Well, that means you have a new exchange rate. Yep. You know more than I do. Yep. That's why you're working with Sudani with no problems, right? Yep. Let me get this right. Mr. Frank, television is showing new banks in Kurdistan. Hey, Barzani, you opened up a bunch of new banks in your region? Yep. So that you can tell them what the citizens, yep, okay. They're showing new banks in Kurdistan opening, and Barzani there is saying all banks should be under international standards because it's only logical based on everything else that you've said and done. Well, of course. Well, of course. To which I said at 4:48, I returned. I said, once again, Eddie, once again. That's the reason why Chase Manhattan is involved with you and your currency and the CBI, because they are the carriers to take your new national currency to the international world. They specialize in foreign currency, Eddie. You know that. You read our reports. They specialize in foreign currency for the CBI, and that's why the CBI is educating you about Chase, because they are playing a large part in the monetary reform to introduce your new exchange rate, your national currency, to the international markets. They also are helping to open many banks around the world with Chase and the CBI. I think that, just a quick little summary. To which he said, yes. The 651, these are the last two reports that came in while we were talking. The news is talking about two mechanisms for tax reforms in Iraq. They're also planning, also the Minister of Planning is going to monitor all implementations of the budget by the government. The news is talking about two mechanisms for tax reforms in Iraq. Why not? They're going to increase the value. They got to increase the taxes. Yeah, that's interesting. And the planning minister is going to monitor all implementations of the budget by the government. Well, of course, he's a minister of planning, and that's it. Okay, that's wonderful. Yay. Oh my word, we've been together for over an hour, and I didn't mean to keep you that long, family. What do you think? I think it's just logical what we're studying. And I think that everything that we shared with you tonight, like Dean Wilson just posted, boom! Yeah, it's rather exciting. There's no doubt about it. Tell you what, I want to share something with you about Walking Stick. And before I do, I'd like to help you. I'd like to, you say keep talking. No, you don't want me. It's best that I go. But before I do, let me see, it's 7:15. How about for a few minutes, ask me questions. Now ask me the questions that are logical. Don't say, well, when do you think this is going to happen? When do you think the budget will come out? When do you think the date? When do you think the exchange rate? Don't do those kind of things. And if you don't have a question, you don't have a question, okay? So go ahead. I'm going to take about 2 minutes there to see if there's anybody that wants to ask any questions whatsoever. That steak has been cooking a long time, should be very tender. Cut it with a fork. That's true. Joe Chase, awesome YouTube tonight. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh, Chief 1505. Thank you kindly. Thank you. God bless you for your financial contribution. All of you. All of you. Once again, let's take it. We're down to about 1 more minute. If anybody has a question, feel free to ask your questions. Are the tenders done yet? George, everything that I'm about to answer is just strictly in my opinion. Yes. They want to know what you poofed last night. Yeah. Well, that's why I poofed it, Shang. Actually, when I give you Walking Sticks report, I'll I'll kind of I'll be sharing that poof with you. Let's see. Where are your hidden cookies tonight? Unfortunately, Tink's got them. Is there such a thing as redemption centers? Well, of course. That's where you're going to go exchange, which is a bank, a bank, a bank. Article 8 is the last step. Article 8 was one of the very first steps that occurred about almost 2 years ago. Last year it was really locked in, and that's why you're seeing everything now because of Article 8. Why Chase Bank? Well, Chase Bank was one of the four that was selected. There were four major banks that were involved in this, in my opinion. Everything is I'm saying is in my opinion. The first one was the piggy bank of the United States, Bank of America. The second one was Chase. The second was Wells Fargo. And the third one is Citibank. Their roles in the chain of command of the monetary reform are about to be disclosed. How long does it take to open new banks? Well, that's a good question. Depending on if the building is set up, depending on what securities they have inside of them, it can be done within a month, very quickly. In your opinion, is it a potential that what Dr. Shabibi said back in 2012 has the potential to happen? In your opinion, know when to hold them and when to fold them. I don't know what you didn't tell me what he said. What Dr. Shabibi said. I know back then he said we have the potential to come out at $15, $16. Yeah, I know you do. You got all those assets, but that's not what you're going to do. The RV phase allowed it to be calculated, and in my opinion, no higher than Kuwait. Frank, why are you quiet on what they are telling the citizens on the budget? Because I got to be careful with how much and what I share with you. And besides, you're going to get it very soon. Um, you see, it's not in an article. Frank, will the dinar be taxed as a capital gain or ordinary income? James, I always say to you that our government is not going to let you get away with anything. Our government is not going to say, oh, forget the taxes? You bet, no problem. This is a major event. Our government knows very well. Probably they know how many American citizens have Iraqi dinars. You don't think they want to collect it? 87,000 IRS agents? I told you they would come after you long before they announced that. I told you. Frank, will the dinar be taxed? Okay, so I hope I answered that question. Yeah, I believe you'll be taxed. You'll get taxed up the wazoo. Has the Gazette been published today? Yes. Steve, good question. Chris, will the float go fast or slow? That's an interesting question. In my opinion, it's going to go at the speed of light. It's the speed of light. It's like a man that was in prison for 50 years and he comes out. He's going to do everything that he couldn't do in prison at the speed of light. Anyways, Tony, we always trust your opinion. Aren't you nice? Thank you. Dinar Happiness. I understand the budget being retro, being good for the citizens, but how does the retro help us as investors of the investors of the Iraqi dinar? It doesn't. It doesn't. It helps the Iraqi citizens. It helps the Iraqi government. It helps their economy. Can the budget be appealed before being signed? Yeah, that's the nonsense that the state law tried to do, Susan. But It's unconstitutional, according to the Iraqi constitution. Is the penga in the first basket, and what rate will it go? No, wrong question to ask me. Frank, you've mentioned in the past that the new currency will be in Akins banks, ATM. What is Akins? Will be in Atkin banks, ATMs in the States. Why are new small category notes needed in the USA? Because there are Middle Easterners in the USA that may travel to their homeland. Are we there yet? Good report. The report on the Dong. Well, that's in our final article thread. You do belong to ktfoalways.com, right? You don't? You should. Frank, how is your health, my friend? Doing great. The good Lord is healing.
This has been doing that the whole time.
That's weird, but it looks like we're back on. And okay, not tonight. Not tonight. Um, will the protesting in front of the CBI affect the timing of the blessing? No, they just wanted housing money, which is stupid because they got 6,000 housing projects that are coming out. They didn't have to do that, and it was minuscule. How did you find out about the protesting in front of the CBI? I guess it was an article. I didn't even know about it, but it was nothing. It was nothing to worry about. Thank you for your precious time. You're welcome, Robin. Frank, how's your health? Will the protest? Okay, has it been reported of the budget? Because well, no, Mordecai, how's Walking Stick doing? Better, much better. Praise God. Thank you, Frank. How does the BRICS affect any of this, if at all? Well, it's like a basket. And if they join the BRICS, they're going to be supported by the other currencies that are with the BRICS. I don't know if they're really going to, but they mentioned that they had plans to do that. But I don't think that's the basket where the currency is going to float. Frank, will Chase be only exchanging? Hey, this is slow.
Yes, it's been like that all day long.
Oh, it's been doing it. It's slow motion. Oh, what a shame. I haven't been looking at the camera, but now I see that it does that. Frank, are we waiting on Iraqi banks to train on the federal now platforms? Example, J.P. Morgan. No, no, everybody's ready to go. No, no, fully locked and loaded. No, they're ready to go. Will Chase be only exchange bank in RV? LG, will Chase be only exchange bank in RV? This is not an RV for the millionth time. It's an RI. And no, Chase will not be the only bank. You're going to find all those banks on our form. You are a member of ktfoalways.com, right? Good. And that's where we're going to post all of the banks once this happens. Let's see. Have they given the market stores an equation for pricing? Mr. Keith, where did you come up with that question? I applaud you. Answer is yes. Tank has wised up to you. Somebody keeps asking, have I talked to Delta lately? And my staff keeps blocking it out. Why do you continue to ask that question? You know very well that they left us. You know very well that they're somewhere else. Well, actually, they're nowhere that I know of now. Don't ask that question no more. I miss my brother. I truly do. We were very close for many, many years, over a decade. And sadly, money always seems to get involved. Anyways, how long do you think it will take Chase to set up? I already answered that. It seems at some point there needs to be a public announcement in the U.S. to get the public up to speed. Are you hearing when that might be? Shiforia Smith? The United States of America will never publicize the Iraqi dinar. Never. Our media is communist. Our media, I don't even know if they're even going to announce what happens when it finally, when they finally change the exchange rate. Our media is not good. They're evil. They don't tell you the truth. So don't expect any information from our media. Have they given the market store any? Oh, you already asked that about the equation. How long do you think it will take? No. Do you think that they have enough ATMs for the new banks? That's Grand Manisi. They have a lot of them. They got thousands of these ATM machines. They 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 they, they distributed more than they had out. How's that? Frank, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 4,722. I counted it. Frank, as the Lord said, Babylon, Iraq will rise again and bring wealth to all the nations. Yes, who said that? That's right, Chris. That is so right. Like I told you, when this happens, it will usher in the end times. I told you, when this happens, she'll be there. She's all over the place. Where's the money? Where's the money? It's up your wahoo. Yeah, okay. And I told you that they would tell you there's life out there. Did you see the videos of those three aliens that landed in the backyard of that guy in Vegas? That was interesting. They had funny looking eyes. There was three of them. That was an interesting video. Hey, listen, I think I'm gonna stop. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Let me see here. Hold on a second. What's this? He's fake? He ain't talking about me. All right. Oh my goodness. Look at all these questions, Tink. It got ridiculous. Our Troyer says, are they aliens or are they demons? Yeah, I think they're fallen angels. That's why they look so ugly. I want to say goodbye to you now, and I want to tell you something, okay? What is it that I told you? Sidebar, sidebar, sidebar. Go ahead and post that for me so I can say goodbye to you. What did I say to you about concerning walking sticks? Sidebar, sidebar. Put it up there in your notes, and I will probably talk about it when we're talking about walking stick. Let's see. I laugh out loud constantly. Love your sense of humor. Thank you, Michelle. Oh my goodness, Kathy, Rob, bravo! You get a cookie. Well, you get half a cookie. Well, you get a bite of a cookie. Well, I'll send you a picture of a cookie. Okay? Let's not exaggerate. Okay. Yeah. Look at all of you. Yeah. All right. So and for those that are on the phone, they're posting coming days, coming days, coming days, coming days. Walking Stick told me today that the team is preparing to come and see me in the coming days. Thank you kindly for being with us. God bless you all. Take care of each other, pray for each other, lift each other, support each other, love each other, and resist the temptation of this world. This does not belong to you. It belongs to the evil of this world. I love you. I hope you enjoyed your conference call. I'll see you on Monday, unless there's a need to see you before that. Take care. Bye-bye. We done.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You hiding cookies?
I'm not hiding no cookies.
You sure?
I'm very sure. I was a good boy today. I ate my spinach.
Spinach.
I ate my spinach. I ate my broccoli. I ate everything that you put in front of me. I was a real good boy, and and I punished myself.
No.
I did. I punished myself. I I, I put away the big cookies.
Okay.
I put away the big cookies.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can have the little cookies. Okay. Just a little one.
That's one.
I like things in threes.
2. Where's the other one? 3.
Bye bye.